Hey you guys, it is Ninfa. So today we're going to talk about chapter 2 of Time, Money, and Freedom. And I'm going to talk about 3 of the 7 tips to pluck the weeds in your life to start to live the life you really want to lead and really want to live, right? Sometimes we feel like we're in this job that's great pay or what have you, but it's taken away from your family. It's taken away from your vacations, it's taken away from your weekends and your evenings and all that stuff. And you're like, that's not the life I want to live just so I can make money, right? So sometimes it's deep rooted, right? And plucking that weed is actually getting out of that job, right? So you have to start making actions, little things every day to figure out how you can pluck that weed so you can still make good money, still have the life you want to live, but not be so stressed and not be working 24/7, things like that. All right. So I'm going to talk about the first 3 and then I'll give you the last 4. If you want those, just message me and I will send that to you. All right. So here you go. Number 1, right? Number 1, analyze your attitude. Right? So there's a lot of things, like I said, like maybe you're in your job and you're like, okay, I like my job, but it's taking up too much of my time. Or maybe you hate your job and it's taking up so much time, but it pays the money, it pays the bills, it gets the things that you need, right? And so it's about your attitude towards all of that. What puts you in a bad mood and why are you settling there? Basically is what we're talking about. What's putting you in a bad mood? What's putting you in a mediocre mood? And why are you settling for that? And once you figure what that is, you can then pluck that weed, move from that situation of settling for this because of whatever reason and moving forward. Okay? So what's putting you in a bad mood? What's putting you in a mediocre mood? What's not allowing you to feel happy and excited to get up every day? Like once your alarm goes off, you're like ready to go. So you're super excited, right? Now we all have bad days. We all have emotions and all that stuff, but I'm not talking about that. Overall, your life. Is it your job? Is it a relationship you're in? Is it, your health or what have you? What is that thing that's not making you happy? And what's that little tweak you can do every day to improve in that area? Number 2, analyze your time. It says, where do you devote your time? What are you doing that doesn't serve your goal and your purpose and happiness? What doesn't serve your joy and your income in your life? Right? Are we watching a little too much TV? I can contest to that, right? Are we doing things that is taking up all of our time, but it's not improving our income? It's not improving our joy in our lives. We're just constantly doing it and not realizing that it's not moving us forward. So what is that in your time of day that you are being held back by things you shouldn't be doing, right? To improve your life. All right. And number 3, analyze your relationships. How do people around you treat you? Do they treat you with respect and love and empower you and give you joy in that way? Or are they negative? Are they stealing your energy, right? What kind of relationships are we having here? And but also at the same time, be grateful for the life you have right now. You may not care for your job. You may not care for a relationship that you're in or a situation that you're in. But actually, let me go back to step number 3. What kind of relationships are sucking the energy out of you? And what you need to put those people on a list and just write them on a list. You don't have to tell everybody who it is, but just write that on your list of weeds that you need to pluck, and we'll work on some action steps to get you moving forward with that. But write that on your list. Who's sucking your energy? Who's being negative towards you and things of that nature. And a bonus, what I was trying to give you was a bonus tip. Number 4, still be grateful for the life you have. Because not only does it improve how you feel about the life that you have, and it helps you to be able to pluck that weed and keep improving in your life, but it helps the people around you. You know, you may not be in the job you care for right now, But if you're like, hey, I'm just grateful that I have a job. I'm grateful that I have income coming in. I'm grateful that I have something to complain about, right? Because there's people when it comes to a job or whatever it is that you've got going on. Because some people don't have a job. Some people don't have what you have right now. And so be grateful for what you do have. And that's just going to make the journey a little bit easier, especially. I love something that Les Brown says. Choose the hard so you can live an easier life. If you choose the easy, you're going to live a harder life. And that is so dang true. So while you're choosing the hard and becoming more disciplined and the things that you need to be doing in your life that's going to better your life, at the same time, have some gratitude and be grateful for these experiences because it's helping you to grow, right? But you still need to choose the hard so you can have a really good life, right? So I've said a whole bunch of things. So number 1, analyze your attitude. What puts you in a bad mood and why are you settling there? Number 2, analyze your time. Where do you devote your time? What are you doing that in those times that is not really serving your goals, your journey, your income, and your joy? Analyze that bad boy and write it on the list. Number 3, analyze your relationships. We get treated the way we allow people to treat us. And that goes for family, friends, and even customers and people that you're serving. Be sure to respect yourself. And number 4, as a bonus, you should be grateful for what you have right now because it just helps you to move forward in a more positive direction. All right, guys. So if you want the other 4 tips to pluck those weeds, you're actually going to be writing lists. Each of these gives you gives you the tips or what you should be looking at to write a list of things you need to be plucking. And at the end of those 7 tips, it tells you how you need to be going forward to improve in those areas. So you can pluck those weeds so you can ride right through and do the things that you really want to do. All right. I love you guys. Take care of yourselves. If you want those other 4 tips, and I actually have the 7 action steps for each of those, please let me know and just message me and I'll get back to you. Talk to you later. Bye.